Hello and welcome to the channel. Here we talk about my experiences during lockup for educational use. I do not condone or glorify the behaviors in my stories. I spent 2 years in lockup at CFCF, and now that I'm out, I want to tell y'all about it. In this episode, we'll talk about what jail was like for a Marine. And yeah, that is me. Now, overall, jail was pretty simple, and I don't say that to diminish the fact that, I did something wrong and I was now incarcerated, and I don't say it's simple like it really wasn't the worst time of my life, because it really was one of the worst times of my life. But it's simple, and it's simple because it's a mental aspect. Can it get physical? For sure. But if you have the right mindset, it don't need to get physical all the time, because there's many different ways to wage war. And in jail, in the system, waging mental warfare is a real life thing. So you gotta guard yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention all the other dudes in there with you that should be sticking with you, but they got their own agendas and their own mental issues that they dealing with. So how did a dude that is not from the streets and pretty much looks like Steve Urkel survive jail? Alright, and I did it by being smart, minding my own business, and having situational awareness. These 3 things will keep you safe, alright? Being smart, situational awareness, and minding your business. Also, me just being who I am, my hyperactive self, and also kind of letting people know that, yeah, I'm a Marine. Also, those things also kept me safe, because I feel as if it put indirect fear in their heart. I feel that way, you feel me? Because a lot of the times people wouldn't even try me or nothing like that, because they know what I get into, which also leads into the next thing that I'm gonna say too, and that's I kept myself safe. And that's real rap right there, you feel me? Like, I kept myself safe, you feel me? People, eventually I did get into a fight, and people saw like, oh yeah, boy look like Urkel, but Urkel got hands for real, so you know what I mean? But anyway, those reasons right there is how I essentially stayed safe in jail. Alright, now let's talk about the mental aspects of jail real quick. Alright, now the reality is, in jail you're going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be fed, you're going to have a roof over your head to sleep, you're going to have a bed to sleep on. Alright, you're gonna be fine, for real. But it's the mental aspect that can make or break you, no pun intended, for real, right? Yeah, and I'm gonna keep it a beam. I cried in jail a few times. You know what I'm saying? I was missing my wife and my daughter, my mom, dad, sister, brother. You know what I mean? I was upset over the case, what happened, my situation. I'll probably make a video on that later if y'all want to see that. But anyway, yeah, it's the mental aspects that could really drive you crazy if you let it, because a lot of times you're going to be in a cell either by yourself or with somebody you absolutely do not vibe with. You know what I mean? You are going to go into a cell with a stranger, you know what I'm saying? More than likely. Things I did to help preserve my sanity in there and my peace in there, I read a lot of books for real. I read a lot of manga because I'm an anime dork for real, for real. I read a lot of self-help books. I just kept on reading. I had my wife send me Game of Thrones. You feel me? What's another thing I did? Oh, I made friends, and that's something that you gotta do. You feel me? There's a lot of good people locked up for a lot of dumb reasons. Okay, give one person a chance, and you may live to regret it, or you may find a great friend. I have a few great friends from jail. All right, now let's talk about situational awareness. Okay, my situational awareness kept me safe. How did my situational awareness keep me safe? If you haven't noticed, I keep on saying situational awareness because you need to be aware of the situations unfolding around you. Okay, because you don't know if you're about to get jumped or not, per se. You don't know if the block is about to get ran down on by a whole bunch of cops. You know what I'm saying? And you potentially may have a phone or drugs or something. I never did none of that stuff. I never had no phone. I never was nobody's mule or nothing like that. But you want to keep your eyes peeled, okay? Because a lot of these people in jail would have stole from their moms. You know what I'm saying? So if you leave something I did before, I left a bag of coffee out in the day room before, all right? And somebody just came up and just swiped it super fast before I even noticed it, all right? Now, was I slacking that day? For sure. But situational awareness, okay? You have to remember you are surrounded by criminals. It is jail regardless, okay? All right. Now, let's talk about me just being who I am. Now, for real, I'm kind of hyper. I'm kind of like up. I'm like an introverted extrovert for real. Cause when I'm in the house, I'm chilling. But when I'm outside and I'm feeling groovy or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm cracking jokes. I'm ha ha he he. You know what I mean? And if it's around Christmas time, it's ho ho ho. For real. You know what I mean? When I was in there, I would do like little stuff for like low key attention, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I would do like upside down pull-ups, you know what I'm saying? And me like doing stuff like that and seeing like everybody else like look at me, I was like, oh yeah, they know like I'm strong as an ox, you know what I'm saying? Like and little things like that kept me safe. Now, do people really care about stuff like that? No, right? No. But that's just how I feel. You feel me? Also, more than a couple times, you know what I mean, I feel as if it avoided a situation because people was like, oh wow, you don't know about him, you know what I mean? I can't say what I went by in jail because, you know what I'm saying, but oh wow, you don't know him, you know what I mean? That's the dude that be doing upside down pull-ups. That's the dude that just did 500 push-ups in the day room the other day, you know what I'm saying? Those little things right there like kept me safe. Also, last thing, I reminded people that yeah, I am a Marine. Or let's just say it was story time, right? We never called it story time, but let's just say a bunch of people is talking about, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? I would just come up and be like, oh yeah, this one time in the Marine Corps, nah, 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 nah. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, oh, wow, you was a Marine. I'm like, oh, yeah, bro. Yeah, I did 4 years from 2014 to 2018. Nah, 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 nah. All this extra cool fly stuff that nobody really care about. But I did that because I wanted to put it out there like, yeah, like, I may look like Urkel, but I'm kind of him a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little teensy weensy bit. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit him. You know what I mean? But yeah, though, I feel like those things helped keep me safe. You know what I mean? Now let's talk about how I kept myself safe while I was in jail, right? And yeah, I say keep yourself safe, and yeah, that may seem obvious, right? But what I mean by that is I literally had to keep myself safe. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I had to get into a couple fights. You know what I'm saying? I didn't win every single one, but I got into them. And that's all that matters, because people are going to watch. No matter what, people are going to watch, and they're going to speak on you. They're going to talk they trash. They going to sing your praises if you win, or if you had a good showing. If you didn't show that you were a little boy or nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you catch my drift, you know what I'm saying? But as long as you prove yourself a man, as long as you don't show yourself out to be no fool, you gonna be okay. And I think that's a big misconception, because there's a lot of good men that have just either messed up along the way or got caught up in some BS, you know, and it can happen to anybody, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I really wouldn't. Okay, maybe there's a few people I wish that on, you know what I'm saying? All y'all that like to play with young ones, yeah, y'all belong in a certain place, and y'all heard what I said, alright? But anyway, let me touch again on the mental aspects of jail, alright? Like I said before a few times, you're gonna be okay, alright? And I was okay. You feel me? Was I mentally okay? Not all the time. As a matter of fact, when I first got locked up, I kinda had to, you know, check in to the psych ward part, because I had told a couple social workers that I was gonna bite off my tongue and drown in my own blood, and there was nothing they could do to stop me. So what they did was they locked me in a cell by myself for like 12 hours pretty much to see if I was going to do it or not. And then after that, they locked me in the psych ward part, where they pretty much put me in a smock with no drawers on underneath, and the lights is on 24/7, and yeah, they pretty much watch you. You know what I mean? After that 24 hours and they came to come check on me, I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like, I'm back to normal. Like, send me back. You know what I mean? Send me back to quarantine, because this was right when I got booked. But anyway, long story short, you're gonna be okay. All right, and I really want to emphasize that. Just keep a level head and be smart. Mind your business, and you will be okay, just like I was. All right, and if you can't fight, try to fight. It's gonna look better than doing nothing, or like saying no, I don't want to fight, and looking like a little boy. You feel me? Anyway, if you like this video, give me a like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.